Hello, three-bird tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy Renaissance with me, BlueAnkylo. Coming up with custom, unique intros after over 1,000 videos, still, somehow. It's crazy. But yeah, welcome back. Episode 3 of a current run, with some music from Final Fantasy 3. You know, how we do. Need the game to be active. Okay, so let's have a quick look at our party. It's a new day for me, but no biggie deal there. So, I think I was level 10 at the end of last episode around Crescent Lake. I did end up buying that upgraded whip. We had a weaker whip at Elfland and a stronger whip at Melman. This one can stun enemies, although it doesn't happen very often, pretty rare. If you were hoping we would get something stun touch that worked as effectively as, enemy Geist that stun us all the time, it's probably not as effective. Maybe if we get more hit numbers per turn, but so far, it's okay. It's a little bit weaker than a Silver Axe, but controlling enemies is really good for most of the time, so that's probably better in my mind. I think I stacked up on the usual, make sure I had some softs this time. You know, we've done a few runs of Earth and stuff with forgetting this, so hey, I remembered. And yeah, we got, I think, 2 or 3 levels up. Overall, what I felt was the power of the Geomancy is feeling a little bit weak right now. Like, the actual amount of damage these spells do is not amazing. I mean, like, it's okay, but the Geomancer seems to be more about, sustainability and recovering spell slots, but most of the time you don't run out of spell slots very often, and I'd rather have higher impact, like burst damage, I guess. But it's not bad. I think I don't mind the Geomancer so far, but yeah, they're not like crazy strong. It's not like a time mage breaking the game. And then, like as before, the one-turn spells on the summoner or evoker, pretty decent. The 2-turn spells still haven't really found a good use for. And, oh yeah, I did buy the level 6 enchant, because I might as well, but... yeah, I'm not really expecting a whole lot so far out of any of these. We'll see. But, yeah, I did a fair bit of just fighting monsters around Crescent Lake, so I got a pretty good idea for, like, how effective these sorts of things are. So, like, Ogres and Grogers are pretty darn weak. So, like, they shouldn't be difficult at this level at all. But here's, like Poison Mist is, how expensive in terms of spell slots is that? Like, I only get 2, but I can recharge it, right? So it's probably weaker than a level 3 spell at this point in the game. Like, if you just had a Black Mage with Fire 2 or Lightning 2, I'm pretty sure the actual base spell power, damaging, or, inflicting poison doesn't matter. Nothing's weak to poison. So it's a little bit worse because you can't take advantage of an elemental vulnerability. And the base damage seems to be pretty low. It's I don't think we can control undead either, but anyway, that was kind of what I was thinking. Like, here you go. It's a fire damage spell that are enemies that are weak against fire. And that one looks a little better, but again, I think the base damage is still a bit weaker than Fire 2, I think. But the fact is we can use these pretty reliably. Like, I guess that's the difference, is you don't have to worry about using houses or anything. And some of them are good, like Tanglevine with that Paralyze is pretty solid. Yeah, I'm not trying to say Geomancy's bad by any means. I'm just saying I really need that damage to scale up. It's fine for now, but it's starting to feel not super effective. And if we're going to be fighting bosses and stuff, I'm not sure how influential a less than Fire 2 spell is going to do against the Lich, basically. Or whatever spell we get. I should double check. Whatever spells we can pull out of our butts here. I suppose we should still be checking for some treasures. Actually, there will be one thing that will probably help. We haven't found any custom weapons for our Geomancer just yet. And I'm pretty sure there is the elemental bells starting from this dungeon, basically. So I'm trying to remember look where they are. I know I've played through a few times now. Coral Sword probably doesn't really matter. What am I thinking? If I had to guess, maybe on the 4th floor. Also, we're still looking for summons. We've only got up to level 3 summons. There's got to be 1 or 2 in the Earth Cave, I think. So I will go through the Earth Elemental guarded room here that I normally don't bother with, because usually the fight isn't worth the reward. There's a lot of that in the Earth Cave. If you're playing vanilla, I don't think it's really worth picking any of the treasure in here up, honestly. Especially when we get to the 3rd floor and get killed by cockatrice and wizards and stuff anyway. I wonder if you can control elementals. I still just sort of testing out all the you know, who you can use that on or not. Goblin Punch. That's doing some really good damage. So you can control elementals. Nice. That's really good, actually. Yeah, so in terms of that control ability, starting to work pretty reliably as we get more levels, I think, and the whip seems to help. So that's pretty good. It does work at like 100% health sometimes. And the other thing was Goblin, although it says base 40 damage, it's been doing like over 100 pretty reliably right now. So interesting. Do we have any kind of heals? We do have like a little heal. So in the Earth Cave, we get single target Earth damage, multi-target Earth damage with slow, which is decent. A small HP, well, it says some amount of HP plus armor and Earth Spike, so yeah, okay. That's a pretty good heal, like 40 to 60 or something like that. So, yeah, Geomancy, I mean, it really depends on where you are, what spells you have access to, of course. But, you know, it's not bad. And they recharge, so unlike my Summoner, where I have to kind of ration out my cool spells, we can kind of spam them. And it's, like, pretty easy if I want to just do a random one as we're running away, which might restore a charge and heal us on the way out. That's pretty sweet, honestly. I mean, we failed to run, of course, as is tradition, but, you know. Yeah, I've got all my slots back. And as we level up, like, our reservoir gets bigger, right? We started with 1 of each Geomancy spell, now we're up to 2 of each, which is definitely getting better. Of course, this running away business, yeah, classic. Alright. Sometimes there are Geomancy spells that remove poison and statuses, but I think my Summoner, Evoker, actually has more of those right now. Images, it's probably not worth it. I don't really have any easy way to sweep them. Like, they're not going to be weak to Earth by any means. Yeah, these fights I don't think are worth it. Earth Cave, gonna Earth Cave. So these side chests on the 3rd floor are even worse because the random encounters here are actually pretty spooky. Although I think with our current level and stuff, we should be okay. And I do have, you know, the resources that I need if I want to, like, not die to being turned to stone. So as long as we don't get, like, stun locked or something really bad, we should be okay. So this is a custom chest that's not usually here. I can throw in a couple more goblins. We're not actually going to the Lich this time. We're just fighting the vampire, right? Because first run. Sure, good deal. And we're getting double XP from that, too. Mage Masher is an extra weapon. Crimson Greatsword, also an extra weapon. Not the ones we need, though. Well, you know, might as well heal on an easy fight. And then go for a random ability. So yeah, I feel like our group overall is decent. I don't think it's as crazy synergistic yet as the last big run where we had the dancer, the fighter, the all the other jobs I've forgotten at this point, but that one seemed to work really well. Heck, even the first one we did with the Dark Knight and the Time Mage was pretty cool. Time Mage just breaking the game was a lot of fun. I see the comments really enjoying debating how overpowered and broken or stupid the Time Mage was, but I'm glad you guys enjoy it. But yeah, this is still pretty good. My main thing, of course, is like trying to figure out the new jobs and interesting synergies and stuff, and that's why I've been spending so much time talking about how do I get this spell blade to do anything useful. It's not been easy. Hey, there we go. That's the one I was looking for. So our first elemental bell, if I understand how these work, each one is going to have its associated element, and you can carry them around with you. So the Earth Bell should make Earth elemental spells stronger by some amount. I don't know. That was how FF5 did it, right? So while we're in Earth, these two should be stronger while we have the Earth Bell equipped. In terms of like physical attack, it is better than a staff, but we're never going to be like an amazing melee damage dealer or anything. And we don't have a Dragoon today. But as always, one of the troubles with that, like, sure, you can boost your Earth Elemental damage, but we're only going to be... Doesn't seem... I don't think it changed the healing amount. Like, that's just, like, standard healing. That doesn't have an Elemental. But a lot of the enemies in here are theoretically strong to Earth. So, you know, might not actually be doing a whole lot against those. And then there's, like, the birds that are going to be immune to Earth because they fly. And the Earth Elementals that are going to be probably... But, yeah, I don't know. I think that's kind of the trouble, is that you're going to get the geomancy of the dungeon you're in and hopefully the bell to boost it. But the enemies that are in there are almost always going to be the ones that are resistant to it as well, right? Like, not 100% of the time, but a lot of the time. So, that kind of makes it a little bit less exciting. I guess it depends, because like when you're on the overworld, you tend to have access to like forests and plains and stuff, and they might, like, the enemies aren't going to be resistant there all the time. This fight is not good. This is real bad, actually. I'm gonna actually try Embrace here, because slow is good. They all get, I think every enemy here has 3 attacks that can stun us. In fact, these are like basically the worst fights in the, maybe the Spectres only get 1 attack, but anyway, point is this, oh hey, that's good damage, way better. Never mind, that was really good. Okay, so maybe the Earth Bell really adds a lot of damage, because that, hold on, they're not weak to Earth, there's no way. We're talking Geists and Spectres. Fire Holy Wind only, at least they don't resist Earth. And, what, the Spectres were the other ones? Yeah, they only get 1 attack, thankfully. Fire, Holy Wind, yeah. So that's just, like, neutral damage, then. So that must... The Earth Bell must be adding a fairly significant buff. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know if it's, like, 50% or 100% bonus damage, but maybe something on that scale. I'm pretty sure the vampire counts as humanoid? I mean, we might as well... Nah, we'll go for the stun chance. That might be better. Maybe we'll drop a rock on him and then punch him. Good. Punching is all we needed. I suppose when we're going to do fights like that, I maybe should double check. Like, hey, can I use control on it to just end the fight instantly? And the answer is... Actually, yes. No, never mind. There's humanoid there. And undead, I feel like, is also probably immune to control. So, it's like the reverse. I mean, I don't know. If this AoE Earth spell is actually really strong, oh. Well, what? How did we do over 100 damage? Like, that was pathetic. Do I need to check if images are resistant to Earth? Because that did not seem equivalent. If you can do over 100 damage without a weakness, then 20 is just pathetic. Okay, there we go. So, okay, this is... I mean, I did say a lot of enemies here would be strong to Earth because we're in Earth, but I didn't expect... What are these guys? Image? High Mage? Where are you? A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I... There. It does resist Earth. Well, that's rude. That's, you know, new stuff that I don't think my basic NES knowledge would ever save me, but... Apparently these guys... So does that mean the ghosty-looking ones are all... Yeah, so the spectral undead... What else is there? There's ghosts, there's images, there's wraiths... Somewhere over here... Yeah, okay, so those kind of... Like, that's just... We just gotta remember, these kind of things are always resistant to Earth, but the corporeal undead, the zombie style... Ghoul style, they do not get it. It's very much almost the same set of weaknesses and strength, except for like Earth. Ice, Death, Earth, Poison, Stone, Status. Ice, Death. It's everything except Earth. Okay, so how would I ever have guessed that, right? Like, that doesn't seem necessary. Oh well. It does mean we have a way of actually sweeping here, which is nice. I suppose if we came in here at level, whatever level we are, 14, 13, 14, how many Fire 2 charges would you have on a Black Mage or a Red Mage, right? Like, we can probably spam that spell a bit more reliably. We would probably have around 4, right? So 3 or 4 level 3 spells is not as many as a Geomancer can do, so that does give a slight edge to the Geomancy. And I really do enjoy being able to take advantage of... like spell boosting equipment. That's always been a favorite for me. Having a item that gives you like, I think in Final Fantasy V, the equipment that boosted your elemental damage, and there was I think a bunch in Final Fantasy V. I believe it was plus 50% damage. Like, that's like the fun of having like the air knife or whatever it was called, and all the varying elemental things. It made the summon so strong in FF5. And then I think other Final Fantasies. I think was Final Fantasy V the first one to have, like, damage boosting equipment? Like, for spell damage boosting? Trying to think if FF4 had anything like that. I don't think they did, but it may be all the Super Nintendo ones do. But anyway, it's a pretty cool ability, I think, so I enjoy it. Kind of rewards you for, you know, building and preparing. But with Geomancy, the trouble, right, is, like, I don't think we're going to get any Earth Geomancy anywhere except this one dungeon. So this bell will be completely worthless once we're done here. I think. Should just be able to heal anyway. Don't need to use potions. Might as well use my Earth Blessing while we're here. So yeah, I feel like that was a pretty quick little dive to get our vampire kill there. Nothing too scary. Definitely MVP was the Geomancer, actually. I mean, the control was pretty good. But I think our Spellblade is definitely, at the moment, functioning mostly like a weaker fighter. Like, they're not as strong as a basic fighter right now. And the swords they have access to... I mean, they're using an Earth Sword as well, so there's not much to do bonus damage with that, right? Like, you're mostly just going to be doing neutral. Just going to use a fire spell here, because... Yeah. So that's, like, probably, I'm going to assume about the same base power. Probably. But, no boosted bell, basically. So maybe based right now at our current level, an AoE spell does around 80-ish damage. Well, no, they were weak to it, so it would have been even like 50% less. So maybe like 60 damage for a neutral, and then it seemed to be doing over 100 for with the Earth spell, like the Earth boost. So man, it's really good. I don't think trying to think of any other dungeons that would have the earth effects. The earth geomancy. I don't think there's going to be any. Like, even this... Well, this is considered the same as Earth Cave, I guess, so that's nice. Titans, Earth, makes sense. Honestly, I don't mind the Earth set of geomancy. These are pretty good. Single target, multi-target with slow, healing and armor. Earth spikes. Earth spikes isn't... I mean, it does, like, spikes. It's like reflection damage. You get hit in melee and you hurt them back a little bit. It's probably not very good. Just insta-kill. I need to get to that chest, sir. Our paths crossing once again! 'Tis fate that brings you before me at my precise moment of my latest discovery. Curious indeed, but I have no use for such a trifle. So yeah, I'll continue to collect interesting swords here. So Acid Sword, Poison Elemental, interesting. But it does do more base damage, so we should be at least at 30 damage. Remember, we get Bladecraft, which should always add 50% at least. I don't think there's literally anything in the game that is weak to poison, so we'll never get the 100% boost or be able to take advantage of any weaknesses. At least as far as I remember, I couldn't see anything weak to poison. But, you know, we got that. I also picked up that Mage Masher, but no one can equip it. So, okay. I mean, it's a little bit stronger. Just want to see if we attack how we're looking here. 2 hits, 108. I still don't think we're doing fighter with a silver sword levels yet, which is kind of annoying, honestly. My benchmark of what a strong front row melee fighter should be is probably over 100 damage on average by this level. I think, unless I'm missing something, I feel like a fighter would be doing more damage, but maybe I'm overestimating our levels. Anyway, did you guys see that spiral sparkly thing? Let's go see what this is. At least it's a pretty small area. This shouldn't take too long. We got annoying slimes. Okay. Are you the one who found my ruby? I have been waiting for so long for someone to release me. What is this? Where are the others? It can't be. Am I the last one? I think we killed all the titans and all the giants. Seems to be very giant ogre focused in here right now. So we've got ourselves another little boss fight. We've been having a pretty good time with these summons, so... You must help me. The ruby's light. It must not be allowed to fade. Perhaps you can carry it too, but you must be tested. Carbuncle, not a titan. So, in future Final Fantasies, this is the reflection one. I have no idea if ruby golems are weak to any element. That's kind of maybe water? Some golems are water. We could try. We also might be able to control them. In terms of this, we have access to the time. Statuses have been working reasonably well during these boss fights. And maybe we could try a confusion or something. It might be better just goblin focus down the boss like we often do, but let's try some statuses. Okay, so dangerously the golems are... Oh. I wasn't expecting that. So, Carbuncle cast Reflect. The Ruby Golems are casting Lightning too, which is going to destroy us, right? I mean, I put Water Blade on. So does that mean my Geomancer is completely useless in this fight? If these all count as magic that get reflected, then there's literally nothing they can... I mean, we can attack, but that's not going to do much. Also, the ruby golems seem to be healed by lightning when I was watching that. This is not looking great. 80 damage. So... I mean, Kate Sith, I feel like summons do generally pierce through reflection at least. Let's try to... I actually think maybe we can leave Carbuncle alive as long as we can get rid of these golems. They do seem pretty tough. Okay, we got one. That should help. Still haven't proven if I can use the control on these things yet. Yeah, Geomancer's not a good fit for this fight, sadly. Not weak enough, so it is possible. Now, to be fair, they haven't actually managed to reflect one of their spells yet, so we're doing just fine in that sense. I don't know if I should... I don't think I can risk, like, a melee attack, or, like, a spell attack. Like a random Geomancy spell, because it's just going to reflect it, I think. We used all our goblins. We could try Kate Sith, because that seems to be... yeah. Okay, we took control. Although I'm not sure that's super effective. Because if they still can reflect off of him to us, that'll be a bit rough. But you can see what he's got access to. That's cool. Not very helpful in this fight, given the reflection. But we can punch Carbuncle now. And, yeah, that's probably all we can really do. We could... No, we'll use this for a heal right now, just in case. Oh, yeah, wow. 300 damage. Yikes. Control. Very good. Okay, hey, you got it first try. I hereby proclaim you a guardian of the Ruby's Light. Its power is yours to command, and I will be its guide. Alright, Ruby Light. Yeah, I guess that's the classic Carbuncle ability, right? So there you go. Level 4 gives the group Reflect. So that's pretty cool. A spell that doesn't exist in FF1. And I guess it kind of messes with blue magic, or, well, probably a lot of magic, like white magic, green magic, geomancy. So you gotta be, maybe, we can test it out. I'm going to assume it's pretty likely we can accidentally reflect our heals on the enemy, but, you know, that's okay. With a Lich coming up, that might be pretty sweet. So I wanna try this, see if I can actually do this. For science. Okay, reflect. And heal. Yeah, okay. So we can reflect our own heals. I'm not surprised, but I just, you know, for science, right? We might have, like, an anti-synergy as well, because I think once we promote the Spellblade, they'll get that runic thing that can absorb spells, which is kind of a similar effect as Reflect. But, we'll see. Anyway, hey there. I would like a rod, thank you. No other summons here, I guess. There's probably going to be an Earth summon in the Earth dungeon, right? There is a classic Earth, everyone loves to summon, Rydia's favorite, summon. Probably going to find them in the Earth Cave somewhere, I feel like it. Great start. Alright, you know what? Good job, Geomancer. Lena, you're doing alright. Gotta make sure I save every now and then so we don't have too many problems. I suppose we better go back to Melman to use the inn for our slots. I still think we'll be in a pretty good spot for going to deal with the Lich right now. No need for more grinding, I don't think. Like, I grinded a little bit up to level 13. I don't think that's a crazy high level for for this party that seems a little bit on the weak side. That's the swamps suck. The morale down. Like they just run away. I hate that. I hate it. That's not what I want at all. I mean, it's funny, but it's not good for us. Let's clear up some inventory space. It's been a while since I've sold stuff. I don't know. I'll hold on to a few things, but the Great Axe, I didn't actually check that, but I'm pretty sure the Great Axe, as usual, is not very great. But we actually have someone who can equip axes. So it is always worse than the Silver Axe. Classic. And I barely even want to use the Silver Axe. Yeah, that's where we got the stun whip, in case you forgot. I did buy that off camera. Got silver equipment. Got spare silver hats. Okay. That way we're all freed up for some more junk that we can pick up. And let us go back. So, sorry, a little bit of I think I've got a small cold. Nothing crazy, but my throat's just a little bit itchy, scratchy. Gotta keep drinking water. Gotta stay hydrated. I guess we'll pick up the treasure on the first floor, just in case there's the sneaky what am I trying to say? The secret summon. Because I feel like there's got to be another level 4 summon here. Because if we don't get our final level 4 slot now, then we're going to be going to fire or like volcano or ice, which is where you normally have level 6 spells. And we still don't even have our level 4. So that seems unlikely. I expect Ifrit is going to be in the volcano and Shiva's in Ice Cave. And they might be level 5 or 6. Or something like that. Maybe both 5. Was I running? Got confused. Yeah, our physical hits, not amazing. And I don't think we have access to haste in this group. So there's not a lot of ways to buff our, like, physical damage up. But I am a little bit worried about late game bosses with this group composition. Unless we can just control them all. Can we control the Lich? It's undead, right? Undead seems to be immune to control, so no. But maybe carry. That would be kind of silly. Sometimes you just do tons of single target TPS. So yeah, there's just money and trap tiles here. The usual garbage. I guess if you're playing the randomizer, then it's fine. You know what? Good job, Ash. I think it must be his side quest to catch them all is post-promotion. Which is kind of annoying. It means we're going to have to come back. I don't know. There's a lot of catchable enemies, but whatever the objective for these 4 classes is, I think the summoner one isn't too bad. I think the... Actually, do we have... You have no way to detect trap tiles. It's the hunter that, or the archer that had the detect trap tile one, which was cool. Yeah, the side quests are post-promotion. And if I remember correctly, the Spellblade one is kind of a pain. It's like a lot of work. And I have a feeling the trainer one is literally like catching a lot of enemies. Which we can't do yet at all, and means we're going to have to come back. And I guess, like, I'm not trying to complain a ton, but when you have a quest that requires going back to every dungeon you've been in, I mean, I'm hoping it's not too bad, but that's not great. If you need to collect something out of every dungeon, I'd rather be able to start it, you know, while you're going through it normally. Like, at least the Thief, you could search for items as you go through, so if you want to get all the items, you don't have to, like, backtrack specifically for it. You can just do it on your first run. But we'll see. Maybe I'm imagining incorrectly. I don't think the Summoner is going to have any kind of backtracking quest. The Geomancy quest is fairly straightforward. not much to worry about there. You'll see. All right, here we go. Danger floor number 1. Okay, while we're just slowly fighting our way through it, I want to talk about something. Comments, oh boy. We had a lot of comments, which is great. I'm glad people are enjoying the Renaissance Final Fantasy series like I am. That's awesome. As always, once we get a lot of new viewers to the channel, you get all kinds of interesting people leaving comments. Most, I'd say 90 to 99% of them are good. But, oh boy, some of the people... I think this is like a trend. I have to assume it's like youngsters, like Gen Zs or Alphas or something, whatever. That, not like super commonly, but I get a somewhat regular number of comments that are like, boy, this guy sure likes the sound of his own voice. He talks too much. And I'm like, but that's what Let's Plays are. Have you never seen a Let's Play before? Have you ever, like, it's a commentated playthrough of a video game. I know I'm old. I know. But I've been doing this for like, I don't know, 10, 15 years now. I am playing the game and talking. That is literally, I mean, everyone I watch, you know, all the videos I watch are someone talking and playing the game. Is that unusual? I'm going to give the Earth Glove to Rydia because she can technically cleanse with Unicorn. So this might save her. Although I don't think it actually protects you from being turned to stone because it's Earth damage, not Earth stone. Like, stone is its own status element. So I don't know if that's any good, but that's all that's up here, I think. All these other chests are guarded and just garbage, but we'll fight them out. But anyway, not to call these people out too much, but I did think it was kind of funny that we get these, like, Let's Player talks too much, stop talking. And I'm just like, you're the one that clicked the video with someone who talks. I don't know. But anyway, that was one of the ones. I had other couple videos. There's always going to be a couple people that... I generally don't bring up a lot of politics and modern stuff, although it's relevant, and maybe we should all talk about it a little bit more, honestly. But, you know, it's generally not my style to go complaining about the state of the world and modern politics a ton. But every now and then, you know, I mention a little bit or something, and someone will come in and, I don't know, some crazy takes in chat. I'm just going to say, for everyone's sake, I just delete those comments, so all of you normal people, don't worry about it. They're generally deleted as soon as I see them. But the people that are leaving those crazy comments, no one needs to, like, you know, I don't know what you think you're doing. It doesn't, you're not accomplishing anything on my channel. You're not converting me to be a, whichever political side you think is better. It's not happening. I don't think politics should be left and right, up and down, one or the other anyway. I think that's a huge mistake that a lot of modern countries have get stuck in. This my team versus your team. You're all evil, I'm all good. And I'm trying to remain incredibly neutral in how I word this because people on every side do that. So yeah, I just think that's like the worst is when you get these, like, what do you call it? There's a word for that. Where's my words? I can't remember the term for someone in chat or in the comments. There's no chat to help me, but someone in the comments I'm sure have already posted it. But when everyone's just all or nothing on one team and the other, it's not healthy for democracy. It's not good. I don't know how you fix it, but probably leaving divisive comments in random YouTube videos is not going to do it. Oh man. Luckily we don't get too much of that, so I'm not gonna spend a ton of time complaining. But you know, it is funny because I see most people are like, "Oh, thieves are cool." Most of the comments, honestly, are Blue. You should know that this and this and this are all the thieves in FF1, and you are not in the Final Fantasy series. How come you don't remember every single named character in every single name of every thief in the campaign or in the franchise? And then of course everyone's arguing about whether or not Locke counts as a thief. Okay, I think if I remember correctly, it's actually really far up here. I just want to say, anyone who thinks Locke is a thief, he's gonna rip your lungs out, guys. Like, I'm pretty sure that was established in, yeah, there it is, in the in the canon. So you know, don't blame me for not naming my thief long. It's it's not appropriate. I don't want to get my lunch ripped out. So let's see what's in here. Feeling pretty confident as I just zoom through. Hey, a new monster technically, the oil. That is something we don't normally have access to. Not a vanilla enemy anyway. So I think the idea is when you're in this like alternate realm, the astral realm, there's often a new enemy that is in the random encounters. Not every single time, but I'd say pretty often. And I believe the idea is it gives you a chance to interact with it before the boss fight, where you'll probably fight, you know, a bunch of them, basically. So if the oil has some cool tricks, theoretically this is our chance to learn how it works, although we're not getting much right now. I think in that last one, in the Titan's Cave, there probably was a way to fight those ruby golems before. We just didn't randomize one. And then we would have learned a little bit about how they work before we had the boss fight. We meet again, caller. They call me Titan. The Earth is my home, and I am its protector. That vile vampire and his filth desecrated my home for too long. You have my thanks for ridding me of him. I mean, there is a lich over there. It's probably a bigger threat than the vampire. Just saying. We failed? How dare you? There we go. Give me that bonus XP. That is pretty good on single target monsters, being able to, like... A BlueAnkylo! Oh no! I don't know what BlueAnkylos can do, but it's probably bad. I don't like this. He has minerals. He's got reflection now. Oh, well, he's a good Ankylo, never mind. He's just a good boy. He didn't hurt nobody. He's just spiky, and he joins our team. Maybe we should heal up a little bit, just in case. I didn't expect BlueAnkylos down here. What is a BlueAnkylo? It didn't even look green, so like it can't be a green-gray, maybe? A BlueAnkylo. It's probably a gray Ankylo. Never heard of a gray one before. Resist Earth, of course. Is weak to water. I mean, that doesn't help me at all, but... Alright, and it's a spellcaster. Oh, he's got all the geomancy stuff. That's cool. He's basically a geomancy Ankylo. A spellcaster Ankylo. That's new. Cool. I will show you my gratitude by sharing my power with you, if you're strong enough. Alright, 2 BlueAnkylos. Alright, so they're going to put spikes up. Well, that means we actually do want enchant water. Hey, we can do something. We've got access to statuses. This time we're not going to get reflected. Maybe we go for damage, magic damage. I think statuses first, because I expect Titan, you know, probably going to smack us. We could try reflect. If I put Ramu up, it actually gives them resistance to water, apparently. So, how about we don't do that? We got the control. We got the confuse. Okay. Okay. Actually, the silence there was pretty good, too. So he has access to 3. That's pretty good. We can give ourselves earth spikes like that. That's funny. Cool. All right. We got a couple confuses. We haven't taken any damage yet, so Goblin down the Titan. 181 damage. Whew. And that was with no magicka. And we got our earth spikes. Maybe we should try to finish off that BlueAnkylo before we go for the Titan. Alright, well, I think we can continue buffing our magic damage, and Goblin is very strong. Oh, wow. Wow, Titan did not have as much HP. I definitely expected him to have more hit points than that. Wow. My strength is yours to command. My fury is yours to invoke. Now go. Show the foes the power of the earth below. So, yeah, as much as I've been a little bit complaining about evokers, Goblin is crazy good. Kate Sith, crazy good. Kieran, decent healing on Q. Status restoration is good. Reflect, we'll see against the Lich. Golem, I don't think is amazing, but now we have access to Titan, which in theory gives us an Earth spell that doesn't work on flying enemies, and also charges, and gives us anti-lightning, which is at least a spell the enemy uses rather than water. So, but it does fall for the standard trap of, is it worth spending 2 turns to charge up? But that was good. Okay, hold on. Let me look at the bestiary. That guy, I feel like he was way too weak. Unless I'm missing something. Titan, there. We had 500 hit points. It's more than the Lich. I guess we just hit him really hard with Goblin and a couple punches. Yeah, like what are we looking at here? Because he didn't get to use any of his stuff, right? He's got Fog 2, Gaia's Wrath, which is the Titan attack, and Quake, which insta-kills. I think if you leave him alive, he could be really trouble. Big, big bad. I think did we get him confused or something? Was that it? And his damage, 60 to 120, is huge. But yeah, what did I say? 20 absorb, 500 HP. I mean, the Lich has double the absorb, but less HP. But the Goblin Punch spell would not care about absorb anyway. Interesting. I don't think the Spellblade really contributed very much, but Control was good, Geomancy was good, and Summoning, even though we just used the level 1 spell the most, it definitely did a ton of damage. Okay, we're ready. We're gonna fight our Lich. I guess, because we have so many statuses, I really should double check. Maybe if you're playing with the Spellblade, don't do it until you've got the Bestiary, because you have to kill everything once to get these. Because you really need to be able to look this stuff up. So the Lich is weak, of course, to fire. I knew that, but not resistant to Earth specifically, at least. So we can do Fire Enchantment and still use Earth spells without feeling too bad about ourselves. It is undead, so we're not going to be able to control, which means the Beastmaster probably isn't going to be doing very much. But we can go Enchant Fire. I mean, I could Enchant Fire on the Beastmaster. Maybe I should have equipped the Silver Axe then. Would have made it a little bit better. So the Lich is going to probably spam us with magic. We don't have a way of boosting any of that. I mean, we can give ourselves a bit of armor. I might want to save this for some emergency healing in a second. So we could try to put slow on them, and maybe it'd be better to just go straight to reflect, honestly. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to heal the Lich. Actually, wait. It's undead. Does it take damage from healing? Can we... let's see if that works. Something I've never tried. Okay, we got the reflect up. It is working. We just did, like, a lot of damage. Well. That's really cool. I mean, that's a future Final Fantasy thing. Normally that didn't work in FF1, of course, because there's no reflect. And you can't target enemies with healing spells. Interesting. But summons will not care about reflection. I mean, yeah, okay, that killed him. Yeah, we must have done a lot of damage with that reflect spell. That was... Okay, cool synergy. I'm glad I remembered that at the last second, because I'm sure someone in the comments was going to yell at me if I didn't try it. Alright, Lich be done. That was easy. Let's get out of here. I mean, I guess as long as you had a white mage, you could reflect, heal, or cure. In theory, who else has healing magic? Green mage. What would happen if you put regeneration on the Lich? Would that deal whatever 10-15% of his max HP damage per turn? Because that would be, well, for 4 turns. It wouldn't be as good as the direct damage, just big hits. Ah, cool. All right, let's head over and get our canoe. No giant sequent breaks today. Now the question will be: do we want to go straight to Volcano? as usual, volcano, ice, or ordeals. What's my poison? These are humanoids, technically. So, unfortunately, no easy kills here. What do we need? I think we have the option to go anywhere we want. My first run, we did it super backwards. My second run, we did it totally straight. We went volcano first and then ice. This time around, maybe we do the ordeals first, maybe then, just to be different. I mean, that's what you normally do on a solo run if you need help. See if our basic non-elemental damage is doing any good here. Just as this should be a neutral baseline. How much damage can we do? It's pretty weak. Like, we're looking at maybe averaging around 60 damage. You know, if you're not getting the Bell elemental boost or an elemental weakness, we're definitely not... we're not hitting super hard with our spells, but... That actually worked out pretty well. Oh, come on. Trying to not have to deal with all the menuing to get rid of all these poisons. Like, you can save some pure potions, but yeah, Scorpion's gonna sting you. All right, this is why we don't fight these things. It's a pain in my butt. This is why we use tents and reset all the time. And then we don't have to even deal with that. Okay, we made it back to Crescents. Let's see. We'll go get our canoe. There's probably not much to do here, honestly. Yeah, because we've already done all our shopping. So we could sell some junk that we picked up, but that's... Got lots of money. I guess I should buy some potions and stuff. That's probably smart. Blue, don't forget your heals. But I'll save the rest of my gold, because we will be needing bottles and stuff before too long. So what am I thinking? What of the three? I've done ice first, volcano first. I have not done ordeals first. I guess I'll do that just to show it off. I don't think this group has any real value going there. It might be nice to go, assumedly get Ifrit from the volcano to use that in the ice cave. Maybe a way of thinking about it is the volcano is quite a lot easier than ice, unless you've got a way to float over pits or teleport around. Hey, we're up to 3 tidal waves now. That's cool. Oh, yeah, these guys are just going to run away. We're getting too strong. But Ordeals is very short, and technically has higher level critters, so you can get pretty good XP down. But all we're really doing this for is a Zeus's Gauntlet, a gold bracelet, an ice sword. You know what? Maybe that makes this worth it, because I keep saying how maybe we get the ice sword and then we go to Volcano. That could make sense. The gold bracelet is just nice to have some extra armor for somebody, and then... Yeah, okay. We'll do it like this. We'll do the weird order. We'll go Ordeals Volcano. That sounds real weird. I don't know if I've ever done it in that specific... I probably have, but pretty unusual for me, at least. Let's say. But yeah, in case you've never seen it, you don't have to fly here. You can dock at that weird little river. Need to buy some tents, actually. Usually, unless you're doing like some sort of challenge run, I would say just go to ice and get the floater first rather than sailing around. But some people really like the sailing mechanic, like this kind of sequence break a little bit. But I think there's too many random encounters on the sea that are wasting your time. Anyway, let's go do a relatively quick dungeon. Assuming you know what you're doing. Oh, we should be keeping our eye open. There could be summons here. I don't know. It's a pretty small dungeon, but they can't hide from us anyway, so we'll see them because you have to walk in every room. So. That's a lot of mummies. You could probably fight these. What do we get here? Non-elemental stuff, not that great. We don't really have a way of sweeping it, so I'm just gonna run. We have no easy sweep damage. I mean, maybe non-elemental AoE would do it, but I doubt it. Zomble, undead. We're not gonna get an easy. Yeah, we'll just randomize this, and these guys hit really hard, and our defenses kind of suck. So maybe we confuse. Nice. Yeah, no problem. That confused, like, I will say, the summon spells that don't require charging are pretty decent. I still can't think of a good use of the slow charge ones. It doesn't, sure they do a tremendous damage, but it's so slow, like, oh hey, how's it going, buddy? I forgot you might be here. What is this accursed place? I've been going around in circles for an hour and still haven't found the treasure room. Oh, I just found this near the shore outside. Tidal swords. All kinds of cool stuff. Okay, that's a pretty big bump. Still, water not a great element. Maybe good for the volcano. That might be. This has got to be stronger than the ice sword, because that should be 32 plus 16. I'm pretty sure. 50% if 50% to the base damage if it's imbued with an elemental affinity. Now, does that mean I have to wait? It is. Does that mean you have to use the spell, or does the weapon itself count? Now, these guys might actually be weak to water, so we might finally get to see a really good hit here. 2 for 182, decent. Definitely decent. 2 for 200. That's the Zeus's glove that lets us do some. So that will give us access to something. Like if there's no use. I think I'd rather have it on the summoner, because that gives them an instant damage spell that we will generally have something we can do with the Geomancer that's nearly free. Now my slow damage dealer has at least one spell item that applies instantly, so we have something to do when we don't want to spend spell slots, basically, or wait. Man-cats are no fun. Non-elemental would work at least, but still no fun. It's a nightmare. Weak to ice, technically. Probably controllable. It's just a horse. It's an evil horse from hell, but... Yep. My horse now. Heal staff is actually decent as well. Forgot about the heal staff. I'll put that on Rydia as well, actually. Glove, sword. Okay, we definitely want that Cheerio. We don't need stuff. Okay, let's compare Ice Sword to Special Swords. Just get rid of the Wood Staff. Yeah, it's got more hit rates. So if you're at the right level, then this will give you an extra swing. Slightly less damage and an element that's a little bit easier for me to remember what it works on. 64 is our next breakthrough, and I think we're getting 2% per level, although I'll have to double check that. So once we get to 59 hit, you might want to switch to the Ice Sword for an extra swing. So that's a couple levels away. Oof, that's a lot of Argoyles. I don't want to fight that many Argoyles, that's way too many. Run. These guys are annoying. Because they can all spam fire too and kill us if they feel like it. This might be like the worst encounter. Yeah, I mean, bad luck. That's, yeah. There are sorcerers and stuff in here that are pretty spooky, but that was a pretty unfortunate fight. That's too bad. Because they're not really gargoyles, they're actually like, fireball demons of some sort. that our first wipe in this group? Can't remember. I think it is. I was nearly done. We were like 1 or 2 encounters from the end there when that guy wrecked my day. Damn. I don't think we even got a turn. Like, no one got... I don't even know if we failed to run. I feel like they just burned us down before we got in action. Medusas are pretty low HP, and they can stone you, so... They don't use their stone attack very often, at least. Yeah. We can almost one-shot them with that. Well, let's get our special sword again. Which we will use. Beat up the mud golems again. Now there's more. They're multiplying. Maybe go for absorb here just in case. These guys do hit pretty hard. Maybe I should have gone Kate Sith against the Argoyles. If we get that encounter again, I'll try. Wait, was... Oh, that was the Beastmaster attacking via the Mud Golem. That's why he did so much damage. Usually the trainer doesn't actually do very much damage, but when controlling someone. So this is a much smaller group. It's less likely we get burned to death, but we'll do what I said, and we just run anyway. Good. Alright, Horsey, you're coming with me. Alright, let's rearrange a couple things again, like last time. Okay, so now our summoner has a couple free options again. I think I forgot to even equip the gold bracelet. Of all the people that need it, I mean, it is better than silver armor. Usually I give this to my mages first, but my front row defense is actually a little weak, so... It's only 6 more, but it is, like, a pretty good evade buff as well, so yeah. That might be the best value. Oh yeah, Mancats can do the same thing the Argoyles did, in case you're wondering. We generally get through ordeals without too many of these annoying, you know, burned down by spells, but it doesn't always work out. Anyway, we should be okay here. Zombie D, weak to fire, and maybe something else. Probably not water, or poison. Undead, so we probably can't control them. They only do physical attacks, so Absorb seems better than normal, but we actually really just want to confuse them. Such a good spell. Yeah, multi-target, non-elemental... It is non-elemental, I think? Yeah, literally non-elemental confusion. Nothing can resist it, really. Or nearly nothing. I know there's a few enemies that get confusion resistance, which might count. But anything that doesn't have just flat confusion protection is going to get caught. Okay, that was fine. We got a level up out of it. Can we, You know what? Let's get everyone to level 60. I'm confident. We don't need to use anything here. We can just zap them for a little bit of bonus damage here. Not much. Level 16, level 16, level 16. Hey, easy. Look at me, sort of grinding. I have done little grinds against zombie dragons before. It's not too dangerous, but yeah. Maybe we'll buy some cabins for getting to the next dungeon. Oh, we're already at an hour. Dang. I don't think we can do another dungeon today, guys. I think we're out of time. Well, let's sail back to Elfland, prove that we survived our quest, and we'll call it an episode once we get there. Blam. Now wait, I feel like I didn't use the... How... Do we recover these on a tent? No. How... I didn't use a house. I had used most of these up when we were in Ordeals. How did I recover all my spell slots? Is there some mechanic that I don't... Okay, I'm going to end the episode here. I might do a little bit of science where I just drain my spells. Because I think I've noticed that a couple times where I've had these basically zeroed out. And I know you can get one at a time by using terrain, but I swear we were basically at 0 for a bunch of them when we were in Ordeals. I just used a tent and then sailed up here, and then they were all recharged. Do they just recover while you're traveling sometimes? I will do some science. When we come back next episode, we'll figure out what dungeon we're going to next. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you next time.